Today is the 19th day in the month of May 2025. It's Monday and it's serious business. Welcome to Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. If you're still on the road, the traffic this morning is not smiling at all. Just as much as possible to be cool while you're still on the steering and on the way, so that you don't get yourself offended or angry with commuters. Welcome to the show. It's a brand new week and we are kicking up on a very bright note. If you are looking forward to watch us, we are streaming live on Facebook. Yes, and you can also find us on our YouTube page. Download the Galaxy mobile so you can watch us on the go. Big shout out to our StarTimes family. If you're stuck in traffic, don't worry. Just put on your phone and be listening to us while you're on your way to work, because it's Monday and it's serious business. Family and Value is the show that runs Monday to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Just like you on your stream. Good morning. It's a show that talks about family, relationships, everything. That's the society. The controversial topics you don't want to talk about. On the show, we talk about it. I usually say, if you have anything to discuss concerning your health, bring it on Thursdays. And we have our medical team here that always help us too. Last week was mind-blowing, educative, and insightful throughout the topics of last week. And this week, we are starting on another note to make sure we bring the values to your doorstep. If this is the first time you're seeing this pretty face, I am Princess Joy Ayo Abu. My name, my heritage. Yeah, my name, my heritage. Don't worry, I'll small gist for you, but let me hold on to that gist, because this morning I'm excited. You know, when you walk into the studio and you see pretty faces, handsome faces, everyone. So a big shout out to everyone that is starting this week with us. To our presidents, we say thank you. To our supervising producer, yes, Oga Teslim, we greet you. Our HOP Mr. Dewale, the cameraman, the one that makes sure we appear before your screen, MCR, edition, everyone, Kalista, editors, everyone starting this week with us. We appreciate you, and we know it's going to be a very smooth ride this week, smooth production. On that note, introduce someone special to you, very special this morning. Oh my goodness. I told her something. I said, good day, check out. So if you see her this morning, you will know what I'm talking about. Well, if this is the first time, let me introduce Mama Gen Z to you. Good morning.
Beautiful mentor.
Which one am I collecting this morning? But I love your hairstyle. Oh my goodness. Like I said, who they check out? Nobody now. Who they check out?
Then go check tire.
Check tire.
I lie. Then go check tire, because me myself carry am. I don't know how. I swear, I don't know how. You know, you say, you are a child of wonders.
Of wonders, yes.
So a wonder they stop.
You know they stop.
When I say party, you know they stop.
Yeah,
but this one wonders, no they stop
at all.
Because when you are with God, it's unstoppable.
It's unstoppable.
It's full of many wonders. And on that note, I want to welcome each and every one of us this morning to another beautiful episode and a new week as it is. I cannot tell you how much excited I am. I want to say thank you to National Integrity Award for my award yesterday. Thank you to everyone sending in their congratulatory messages to me. I don't know how I deserve it, but when you say favor, okay, it's surrounding you like shield. And when God is doing that, what man can do, God will tell you, go and sit down. Still there. So this morning, plants need to be buried to grow. If you want to plant, you need to bury it under the ground and start watering it for it to grow, because it needs some closure for a while. And by the time you start watering it, saying good things to it, it will grow. Or you are just going through a planting phase, you are having issues, and you see yourself not growing. So waiting to grow means a lot. You need to wait to grow. You need to wait to get there. You need to hold on. Believe in that idea. Believe in that talent of yours. Work with it. Make it, something that you're resilient, you are dedicated and committed to it. And it will work out well for you. And this from Jasmine Upwork. Jasmine Upwork. So that is my charge for you this morning. My name is Remain Olori Adejoke Adebi David. My friends call me Olori AJ. You're welcome to the show. This morning, excitation is all over the place. Let's go.
Yes, so we're excited and a big congratulations to you on your award. You're looking all glamorous. Oh my goodness. You know when somebody is fine, you go they say, yes, that's now we can. Now our own. That's when you'll be proud up and down.
Thank you.
They say now we get them. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
So before we send our birthday shout out, I want to say very big shout out. Not really a birthday shout out, but this is Amaka. I know she's watching. Now on Friday, I went into the market, just strolling in my usual way to get one or two things. So someone walked up to me and said, "I know your face. Excuse me."
It's our value.
I thought
it's Galaxy Television.
Joy. And she said, even this morning I watched when I just kid. We used to in the market. I said in the market, all of us used to gather and watch you people. Wow.
Imagine that.
And that's when I felt like, okay, thank God I didn't disappoint one. I said this is my show. So Amaka, I told her I was going to send a shout out.
So big shout out to Amaka, okay? Thank you for always staying tuned. It's so good to hear reports, that is actually beneficiary to the lives of many around
imagine market women.
Yeah.
And like she said,
that is really
this thing.
That is what we want. Those are the sort of people we are actually reaching out to. We want to be part of family and values.
Because they have the disease
at home and they are so busy and they need to back this cultural ideas and tradition and belief and values that comes with. And, kudos to our president, Chief Steve Oki, for, bringing up this concept. And we hope and we pray to reach into many more. I remember our guest, Godwin Robinson, went to out interstate or out of Lagos for a wedding. Standing as a father, of the day.
Islamic wedding.
An Islamic wedding. He said in spite of the security, even one of the security men said, "Oh God, they watch you. I know you for sure." He said you talk on family and values. Many other people like that. So we are so grateful for all these reports. We want this feedback. We need you more. And we want you to just, key into all those things that are always, laying emphasis on. It will help us. Our children will become trust to kids at the end of the day.
Do we have birthday shout outs this morning?
Birthday shout out goes to artist Kate Adepegba, okay, from your cousin Faderedu. I call her Lady Adu, specified. So happy birthday to her, many more fulfilling new age. I pray God that everyone having one anniversary or the other, you will have many more years together and more honor in your home.
So shall it be. On that note, let's go on our mini feature. And when we return, it's serious business this morning. Outside with the brain behind today's topic. Anyway, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. That was our mini feature. I said I was going to give a little gist behind this conversation. Now, a couple, very close to me, after 15 years of marriage, they are filing for divorce on the ground that they are compatible. And I said for 15 years,
what were they looking at?
People were not compatible.
They're dreaming that
and now you people just realize that you're not compatible. So they know I'm always doing this, it's always doing this. And very serious, they are almost at the edge of finalizing.
Oh my God.
I got the information. I was talking to the lady, she said, no. You can't tell me that we are not compatible.
Oh my God.
Managing. I was like, okay. Let's have this conversation now because of the younger generation. Let's understand what compatibility is in partnership. Now, not just compatibility, but in partnership, what is it all about? And we have our very own special guest here in the studio.
My
Hi, Colin. Good morning.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here
Yeah,
this
I was
morning.
excited.
I'm happy belated to madam.
Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, I wanted to tell you when are we going to
When
enter
are we
the
going to
house?
have
Check
our husband?
that chef, professional chef, you know, clicks and
And
me.
just like
we will
floor.
plan. We will plan for that. I'll let you know.
Maybe we'll come over.
I'll let
And tell her welcome to the fifth floor.
Maybe we'll come over.
It's going to be a beautiful
I'll tell her.
you know.
Maybe she
altogether.
might even invite you over for lunch.
Yes,
at her place.
please.
Yes.
Tell her the family and value. We
I want our own meal. Don't know.
Yes,
We want to, you know.
She will treat you guys well.
Yes.
And don't worry, we'll send you the pictures.
Tell her.
We will send you the pictures.
No problem. No problem.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
compatibility in partnership. I'm sure when this topic was sent to you, a lot into your
Yeah.
mind.
I
But
know.
what is compatibility in partnership? So that it don't look as if we are speaking grammar.
Abi?
Compatibility in partnership. What is it all about?
Okay, this topic is a very interesting topic because, like you said, a lot of people don't actually understand that word compatibility. If you don't understand something, you make abuse of it. But let's try and define compatibility. We can say compatibility is a term that refers to two people aligning in terms of their values, their beliefs, their interests, goals, and also lifestyle choices. So in essence, it's just mean two people that are connected and they have some things going on in common that will minimize conflict. I won't say eradicate conflict because we will always conflict. So at least to the barest minimal conflict is educated. So that is what compatibility is. People can coexist without having issues, or even though issues arise, they look for way to solve it. And that's why I said minimal conflict. The conflict will always arise. So it is two people understanding why they are together. They have similar value system. They have similar beliefs and interests and also lifestyle choices similar. So they can actually work together. Of course, Amos 3:3 says, can two work together? They be in agreement. So that agreement must be there before they come into that partnership. A partnership is a business term, actually. People go into partnership business because they have interests for each other. They have interests. Both of them have interests. They have to project their investment into that business, and they are watching over what they've invested into the business to make sure the business doesn't fall. Now, the thing with partnership is that if one party fails, because it has to do with law, and of course, you know, the law does not say you are ignorant. And the law doesn't understand ignorance. You should know what the law says. So in partnership, if one party fails, the other party can say, okay, I am withdrawing from this business. I'm pulling out my resources. I'm pulling out from this very venture that we are in because you are faulted in one area. So that's partnership. Marriage. So when it comes to marriage, it is a little bit dicey when it comes to marriage. I won't say marriage is partnership. I won't say that because looking at partnership, you have people, it's their interest they are protecting. Yeah. Not really yours, it's their interest. That is partnership. But when it comes to marriage, I will say it's a merger. Of course, you know, when business merge, you have two business, one bigger one taking over the other one, just like what happened to Diamond Bank and Access Bank. You can see now they've integrated. You now have Access Bank, and that's what happens in marriage. When the woman
use Access Bank, because
my wife uses Access Bank. Actually.
Okay, now, I don't want you to go further because they won't pay for it, even though they are my bank. Now, let's look at it. You have said it. Amos 3:3 talks about can two work together? Let's say they agree. Can two partners work together even when they are not compatible? How convenient. With the example she cited here, 15 years.
That's it.
It's easy for company, it's easy in business. Even in business, it's not that easy. No, because they would go so deep, so many, interests, profits, and even channels, franchise here and there. And before you can now bring order together, definitors will sit down, you go to court, especially if they are not going to agree. No, this one, like put this one, you put it. Now we're talking about a relationship that cannot be measured. It can't be measured.
You can't measure.
The psychological, the mental, the financial, the
efforts, everything,
the dedication, the commitment, the time. How can you measure all this? And that's why it's difficult when people come back and say, tell me how much you spent. Tell me how pay with.
No,
how easy.
It's not easy.
How convenient is that? Now, can two actually come together without being compatible? How well can this be?
That question you ask is a very, very interesting question. Can come together if they are not compatible. It is, like the scripture.
Is it that they have seen it? Or they decide to ignore it? Or they were carried away with other things. And you're not saying, I was just managing. I was just, how?
15 years down the line.
Who is fooling who? Because someone fooling someone.
Yeah, somebody was fooling somebody from the beginning.
So the two of them are
actually, I think maybe what would have happened was that from the very start, of course, they will find each other attractive and they will find some common grounds.
For how many months? For how many years?
Well, I can't really say. Well, actually, what normally happens, because this is what happens mostly. I mean, couples, you counsel them and you find that at the beginning, everything was fine. But 2-3 years down the line, they begin to say, we are not compatible, we are not compatible. I think the problem is growth happens. Maybe one party love himself or herself. And in the process of, getting value, adding value to himself or herself, you get the other party involved. Because let's take for instance now, people who, let's say, they've not traveled out before, they got married here. And then one party traveled out. Of course, exposure is also part of education. So the person is out there exposed to other things. Now, best thing to do is when you come back, try to see how a group bless you.
Yes.
Or
you lecture the person.
And it will be easy.
Help the person to grow to the level where you are. But most people don't
grow alone.
You just want to learn and then
come back. If you jump alone, how do you carry
for the other person?
Because you look. So mostly that's what happens.
English compatibility.
Then I want to what's in the area because family and values. Okay, relationship comes different ways and we experience it in different angles. Now, you're talking about development. You're talking about growth. Another growth can come. This kind of growth. Stop looking at me like, yes, you're serious with this. Now, that kind of growth. The growth of adultery.
Okay.
The growth of crush on someone else.
Okay.
The growth of wow, I think my eyes are just
maybe
open.
there you let somebody sleep and now you
that's where I'm going. The growth that you see something and you're like, oh, I never knew joy is this beautiful. And this woman will be tied up all over the place. So there could be that growth. Or what do you think? Because growth in different ways.
Yes.
What you have seen is different from what you have. You're now coming across. Maybe in his office or the place where they sell markets. Maybe any woman or man may decide to see, wow, someone new. And you're like, wow, this person is different. And it's like, this be like saying, I saw this person view. And this man, no, they do like this. Or this woman, or house, see how she they do me. She don't even appreciate me. So growth can come in different. So help us. What went wrong?
Yes.
For you to see this growth, and you cannot still bring that same growth.
Person along.
So what do you think?
See, it's a sad picture just painted. People most times don't actually think of the other person or the other partner, the other spouse. Most times they're just self-centered. Just thinking just about themselves and not thinking how the other person will feel. Well, like what you cited now, development will happen. And let's say getting married to your wife and then somehow, because maybe you have this exposure, you see people, meet people, and you begin to be with different figures, and those figure calcular shape and all that, your wife doesn't match it. And before you know it, you spend more time with, and then you begin to see your wife and yourself are no longer compatible because of what you have seen outside. I think the logical thing for you to do is to see how you can help your wife get to that level, so that you are not tempted outside, so that you don't begin to look down on her and say you're not like that person. There is this thing that happened, though this happened to a couple. The husband was a bishop, and then we were at home, and then the husband was now saying that he likes this kind of shape, he likes this kind of shape, this kind of calcular shape, and mentioned one sister in the church.
Sister is in trouble.
When the wife heard it, no, thank God for the wife, she was a very white. When she heard it, because she was a big size, she said, okay, for her, this was a signal. So Oga has been eyeing
this
but so let me hit the gym. And she said she hit the gym, and she began to gym and say, no, this is just wisdom. I can't attack the lady. She didn't do anything to the husband that is looking. I can't stop him from looking, but can I look the person he is seeing? So not too many people think like that. Yes, think like that. So most times people don't want to consider, how can I help this other person to get level where I am, or to the thing I like, so that I don't see her as incompatible, because it has destroyed a lot of marriages.
But Reverend, would you think that somebody would say, oh, you have low self-esteem, you're not confident in yourself, after all, this is how he met you, this is because of course this body said, okay, I want you to look in this particular way, I want you to do this product, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking out for. And another ideology will say, he should like you that way. After all, that is how he met you, So don't you think that in trying to, you're gradually losing your own self-value? In wanting to be like somebody because your husband or your partner is in that direction. Or mention. Because this couple I'm talking about is similar to these things like this. The lady is saying, no, I cannot be like so person. I won't go through this because of this. If you don't want it, and then okay, then we are not compatible. Anytime I want this, you're always wanting those things, and all of that. If you're looking at it from the point where we are teaching people to be confident in themselves, don't you think? Yes, I'm not saying hitting the gym is wrong, but wanting to have a certain figure because you don't want your man, don't you think is also a mind issue that
okay, it is, but all depends the way you look at it. You can, like this now, it's shape. It doesn't make you lose your personality. Your personality is still there. Yeah. It's just for you. Of course, it's a signal that look, this is not how you were before. Of course, the person that was pointing to was how she was before. So she had to go back to that, to that.
And so that's forgotten she has passed through childbirth. And that person passed through that same thing. Be like that.
So people don't think that way. And sometimes it's sad, and it brings pain to my heart when I hear men say, you have like this stomach, you are the one that caused it. She gave birth. That's why she's like that. So why? So why are you now putting the blame on her? They're not looking smart anymore. You're losing shape. You added that to lose because you want to have children. So some people are not just, some of the men, they are not just considerate. So when they consider that, look, these women have gone through a lot of changes. No woman goes through childbirth, first, second, and then still remain the same. I know it's not. It's not possible. So you can actually grad to be better version of you without losing who you are. Your personality is still there. Your value to yourself. But I don't know this case I don't know what she's holding on to. The third thing there is that you will have a home to protect. I don't know if they have kids.
Of course they have.
Okay, if they have children, it's just because marriage itself is a journey. We keep working to get better at it, because nobody is perfect. Every day you might think you know this woman, you might think you know this man. The next hour, another chapter of it is open. You need to begin to learn that. Adapt both sides. So we just need to adapt to this side. Adapt, because some people just don't want to change. they want to remain the way they are. It's either you come and meet me up here in my house, I won't come down. And that is not what marriage is supposed to be. Two of them supposed to have a good compromise once in a while.
All right, once in a while, there should be compromise. Let's go on our word of mouth. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and anyway. Yes, we have been discussing compatibility and relating partnership, and our word of mouth said something. He said the both of them need to work it out, just like what our guest is saying. Two of you have to come together to agree to make up your mind. If people are not compatible, now you'll be more build that compatibility together yourself. I've seen two people that are SS and they decided they would live all their life together. Yes, it's possible. It's not every time people speak the English on grounds of they are not compatible. People are going to court. Enough of all that, please. Relationships are breaking up and then in the name of they are not compatible. If you ask anybody, they say because we are not compatible, that is
what was going through your mind that 15 years,
15 years,
those steps, those process, whatever made you to contain and accept and stay. I was saying it yesterday on my radio show. I said unless if there is abuse,
I'm trying to like domestic
domestic abuse, mental, physical, and psychological, then you need to find a way to just take a break. Even the court will tell you take a break for a while before they can tell you to stop that process. It will take a while. So, but except on that ground, every other thing, it's every day you learn. It's every day your eyes is open.
How easy this one, and we are incompatible. That comes in
something is somewhere in the other corner that no other person knows. That the two of them
we are not compatible.
You're compatible to have stayed for 15. How many kids? I'm sure maybe 2 kids.
3 kids.
Oh, 5 years. Let's say for 5 years for each kid. You now waited till 15. How do you start that journey?
Like, I don't even understand. But then, what role does friendship and trust play in compatibility? Friendship and trust. Because I feel like, even as friends, if you've been friends with somebody for 15 years, whether you're compatible with that person, there'll be a way you always find things around
definitely.
when it comes to that person. Because for me, that word compatibility is not, it shouldn't even exist when it comes to this. Because before you tell somebody your mind, you've seen certain things that has made you feel like, okay, this person is my friend. You've trusted to a certain level. Yes, I know that in relationships, in marriages, trust is always very dicey. But where is the place of friendship and trust when you now talk about compatibility?
Well, thank you very much. Like you said, that word compatibility, I think it has to do with marriage. We should
just grab it out.
we should look for a word that would say comparable, complementing. Genesis 2:18, that's what God actually said. I'll make a helper comparable to somebody going to fill the gap where that person is weak or where that person is not able to. So when you say compatibility, it talks about a state of perfect, a state of no conflict. And it's not possible for you not to have conflict in marriage. You always have. We are not perfect people. We all have baggages. Some because of our upbringing, some because of the experiences we've gone through, or what people have done to us. We take that into the marriage. And so the other person just needs to know how to manage that person so that you get into the place of we want to divorce because we're not compatible. Friendship and trust plays a very, very significant and important. In short, you can't get into a relationship with somebody you don't trust. Somebody who's not your friend. You won't be able to tell the person anything. And the thing is that it's not everybody that is your friend. Not everybody. There are people you can call your friend. Why? Because they've shown you love, they've shown you care, they've shown you concern. People that will go out of their way to see how they can help you get better, how you do things. People that you don't even call, they can feel that you're feeling somebody will come to you and say, I've seen the way you act today. Is there anything? People that you know care. Those are the kind of people you call friends. And like you said, there is no way you will say you want to get into marriage with somebody that has not shown those qualities, care, has not shared something intimate with you. And there's no way you can say you want to marry such a person. So when you get married to the person, what now happened to those days when we are intimate? The days when we are friends, the days when we can share things, when we had trust with each other. If something has happened, it's either there is another thing playing out somewhere, and this person is looking for an easy route out. Okay, we are not compatible.
Excuse.
That's it. Just excuse me. Another way to go elsewhere. So it's a very sly word to use. We are not compatible. Where? How?
What is
wrong?
What
actually went wrong?
That is the question.
Where did we miss?
That is the question.
Because sometimes, even in business, you sit down and you want to pause. We come to a round table. Okay, we have board meeting. Let's talk. What happened, Joy? Why was it that you could not put this together? Okay, Larry, when you were doing this, you informed me. You sit down and talk. Now, if all of us start cutting our tongue because we feel it's too long, I don't know what I beat myself. I've been feeling this, pain at the tip of my tongue, and I still have to use it. Yes. That will not stop me from eating. In short, I want to use everything preparation, just get it off. We cannot continue to say, I'm going to cut this teeth or remove this tooth because it actually beats my tongue. No, if Joy did, I'll remove this one. I'll remove this one. I'll remove this one. That's the best thing for us. Is to know why we had to beat that tongue at the time we beat it. Maybe we were too fast to chew it.
Take precautions.
Maybe I actually used something too hot on my tongue. Now, I want to come on this angle from this same compatibility. How intense is compatibility? And what role does it play when we talk family bonding? What role does it have to play?
Yeah. Yes, compatibility plays a very, very important role. Like I've said, what are the things that bind you together? Take, for instance, now, beliefs. There should be that compatibility. You believe the same thing. We have different religions in the world, and they have their different way of worshiping the gods. The person you want to get married to or you want to be in a relationship with should have a similar view when it has to do with your beliefs and your religion, so that there will not be conflict. Because you can decide to do something the other religion does not permit, and that will cause problem. So there should be that compatibility that, okay, both of us have the same belief system. So we know how to get things done. Because one might say, I don't like you praying in this house. And your religion say you should pray. That becomes a problem. What about your lifestyle? There should be compatibility in lifestyle choices as well.
Yeah.
This other person will say, okay, I like going to clubs. Club is not my thing, because it is not a place for me to go and then, go for lunch. You can go for dinner. We're going to clubs where they do all those things that I don't like such thing. It doesn't make me look responsible. What example am I laying? Of course, when you get married, children, what example am I laying for the children? So it plays a very, very powerful role. But those terms, well, when you talk about marriage, I want to actually say that it should be a place where someone else has one weakness and one other person has strength. It's a place where two people help each other. That is what marriage is all about. And that's why God, I think, by His word there, He said helper.
Helper, yeah.
Someone who is going
not
to lift.
Your slave,
yes.
Not your slave.
So you're not
the same level.
Yes. You are not perfect, so He knows that you're not perfect.
In fact, your helper is being greater than you because he's the one rendering the help.
Yes. Now, at different levels, we know where our shortcomings are, and the other person knows how to raise you when you are there. And that's why when you talk about some people, so there's some school of thought that say that there is nothing like compatibility in marriage. They have their reasons. And the reason is that compatibility tend to suggest a state of perfection, a state of calmness and perfect harmony, which you can never find in any marriage. It's not possible. You will stay on people's toe. I tell you, the perfect people are in heaven, they're not on earth here. Because earth here, all of us are work in progress. So in marriage, you will have to learn to forgive. You learn to tolerate. You learn to see how you can adapt to people. Because not every one of us can be the same.
Of course.
Because God, I believe God loves varieties.
Sure.
And that's why He made us differently. So that it's just like saying that we keep eating ice cream, one flavor, let's say vanilla, every day. No matter how you like ice cream, you get tired.
Get tired of it now.
That's why we have chocolate, we have strawberry, so that you can play around with it. It's ice cream, but two flavors. You can. So the same thing in marriage. People cannot be the same. There are some things you can do, your strong area, and that might be a weak area. So in that place, you cover up for this person. And this person also has a weak area, you can cover up. So together, so that one person knows, okay, I am perfect, I am okay. So it was intentional. God did it intentional. So that one person don't say, I don't need anybody. I am okay the way I am. Nobody, you always need people. God didn't make this life for you to live.
I want to lay emphasis on the angle where, as a round up, the angle where you talked about, going to the club. Now, says whereby they have always had this before the children started coming in. What should they do? Because I tell you, it may not be club, it may be outings, it may be just the two of us, just the two of us. You know that song. Themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It may just be the two of them, just having their time.
Yes.
Which should not be out of what they have always done when they were courting. It should be something they can continue, even when the kids start coming in, because it's just the two of them, and they need those time for bonding as well.
True.
When you are putting a family bonding together, the husband and the wife, if they are not well bonded, it's difficult for you to bring your family into it to bond.
Yeah.
So, in that aspect, can you help us? What should you?
Yes.
How often should this be coming out?
Yes.
It may not be club, it may be a night. We grow with time. We grow with time. And you're like, no, I don't want to go to the club. A beautiful restaurant, just in the cool of the evening, dim lights, just off from my husband, just sit down.
Two of us,
So how often should this? Because it's still part of compatibility.
Yeah.
So you still come to that. So how often?
It's something you can't take away. Because, I tell people sometimes when you pray to get things, you won't say because you've gotten it, you stop praying. You pray
need prayer to sustain it though, because the devil doesn't like it.
So the same thing, we used to go out, we used to go out before we got married and started having children. That should not stop, because you have your life. This is what bonding. This is what helps bonding. So you can still go out. You can still have movie time out. Sometimes your kids might want to even join you just to see how movies. For family kind of. It doesn't remove your going out together. In short, it should be a consistent thing. It helps both parties to bond well. It's a form of recreation. You are outside the normal environment, which is your home, workplace. You are now outside socializing with other friends. So it helps bond.
Reverend, do you think that most people have this ideology of I will change him or her, and then 3, 4, 5, 15 years, and then now discover that they cannot change this person? No, it's true.
It happens.
From the beginning, you cannot withstand this, but you just feel like
with time it will
With time, it
change.
will change.
By the time she has one or two
By the
kids,
time
I am a
it
ballet.
will change.
You know?
It will change. Then by the time you realize that this person is not changing and not even on the road to change, years have gone. Then you now come up and not compatible. Do you think also?
What were you looking at? You were trying to plan it for God.
That's change. That's because you have the idea
After we have
no.
2 more minutes, so
Let's
we
see how
need
it
to
will- I will
answer
change it.
that
She will
in 2
change.
minutes.
Oh, so the thing there is that that would be a recipe for disaster. That you said you want to change a person. No human being can change another human being. It is God that helps people to change. So if somebody that during courtship will not change his or change his behavior, there's no magic, no spell that can change a person in marriage. So it will be a recipe for disaster for you to say, I want to marry the person first. And then, so it's a no. The person has not changed. Please don't get into marriage. Let the person change before you think of. You can't change any human. That is the truth. Nobody can change another person. People can decide their own. That I love the way you are, and I want to learn. But to say you want to change the person, that's not your place. It's God's place.
Oh,
God's place.
I love that. It's God's place. Don't come and take God's place in that relationship. It's only God that can change anyone. Wow, it's another beautiful word. So much, Reverend. We appreciate your time
you guys.
and
Thank you so much.
the fact you have to do justice to this discussion.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so compatibility. How compatible are you with that partners? How well do you think you can, run through those spaces? You had it. You can always keep that space for both of you to catch up in the process of having that, two of you, just the two of you having your time. It helps to mend two misunderstandings, arguments, misinterpretation of words or actions in your relationship before it comes to the children. Because sometimes when these things are not settled, we extend it to the children. And we need to work on ourselves before we start pushing, things to the children, start laying. You cannot do it for God. So compatibility is very important. You just need to work it out. You need to find time. Please, 15 years, no be joke. Think about it. If he or she is not abusing you physically, mentally, psychologically, is not bringing down your self-esteem or lowering you, in personality, I think you need to have a think about it for the sake of children, because not be easy, not be moi. Moi is moi. On that note, my name should remain Olori. Remember, when you plant, you have to wait for it to germinate and grow. And that's what relationship is all about. That's what your business today is going to do for you. My name is Olori. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Right, tomorrow is Tuesday with a difference, and we will be discussing the infidelity in marriage and relationship. Infidelity, yes. Let's start from compatibility. Because most of you now, when you start doing the other side, you say, I didn't know she was not compatible with it. Let's find out how we go tomorrow. That'll be our conversation tomorrow. On the same station tomorrow. I am Princess Joy. Hey, yo, I don't worry yourself. I'm not waiting to see my table decorated. I'll do it behind the cameras.
Yes, so our meal is on.
Yeah, it's on the way. So don't worry. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.